Looking good for videos is overrated. This look is like quarantine chic, am I right? Hi guys, hope all is well. Welcome to my beautiful sewing studio, aka my dining room. If you can hear my refrigerator in the background, please ignore that. She has a mind of its own and I don't know what to do with it. It just does what it does. So sorry about that. But anyways, I got my beautiful tie-dye shirt on. It's I got it from Florida, old Key Lime House in Lantana. And I was just feeling the tie-dye and I just really wanted a tie-dye shirt. And so this is like my weekend attire and it's just great. I love it. And so if you were expecting something cuter out of me, I'm also sorry for that. I also got these silicone straws from my FabFitFun box this month and I'm really enjoying them. Cute. So the point of this video is I wanted to show you what I've been up to for the past couple of weeks. I missed a weekend of making a video because I was busy doing this exact thing. And so when I'm doing something new, I tend to want to concentrate on that sole, sorry, I have a burp, on that sole hobby or something that I'm doing. And if I do two things at once, it kind of like stresses me out and I don't do as well of a job. But ooh, it stopped now, great. But now that I've done maybe 10 or so, I've become pretty comfortable to like make these bags, and so I wanted to show you what I've been doing. So what came out of these? Like how did these bags come to be? First off, I wanted to make some money on the side basically, and we have these really interesting lockers at work. So my 9-to-5 job, I have this beautiful dynamic workspace, and so that means that we don't have an assigned desks, and we have like these lockers. So it kind of just feels like we're back to school, but these lockers aren't just regular lockers. They kind of have like an L shape and a half of a T shape. I'll put a picture of it right here. And these lockers are pretty, like they kind of take some time to get used to, just because you want to like organize it really well and whatnot. So I figured out a way to make something that can organize it really easily. And so I have two different styles, one for people who have a top locker and one for people who have a bottom locker like myself. And it's just an easier way to get like all your stuff together and to easily carry it from your locker to your desk, vice versa. So I started making these and a lot of people were really interested in them, and they started wanting it for different uses, like for a newborn baby. They want to use it like as a diaper bag, you know, if they want to put like their TV remotes or their magazines or their books in it, whatever their heart desires, they were really interested in them. So I've been making these like crazy and I'm really happy with them. So I wanted to show you how I've been doing them. And so I also wanted to note that, you know, this week has been sort of wacky, and as you probably all know what's been going on because it's been going on everywhere. I just want people to think of others, and I want people to be safe. So that's all I'm gonna say about that. Mostly I just want to, you know, put things out on social media and put things on my YouTube channel that will just be entertaining and nice to watch, because, you know, a lot of people are staying home and so they have a little bit more time to watch some things. So without further ado, let's get started. So here is my workstation. I have basically turned my whole dining room into, you know, my bag space. So this is the sewing machine that I'm using. It's the Singer Brilliance. I got this for Christmas a while back, like a good couple of years ago, and it was just sitting in Quebec. And so during the holidays, I was bugging my parents to send it to me, and they did, and it was pretty easy and pretty seamless. So I'm really happy that I was able to get this in Toronto. I have my beautiful Chinese evergreen that has been flourishing, and I like to keep it here. I mean, sometimes it's in the way, but whatever. I like to keep it here just to have a little bit of life and freshness. This is what I've been up to. So I started this. This is what I called a top locker sort of bag, which is kind of like a more structured tote. So it's a little bit taller. It's not as like wide and big. And this is my progress so far. What I've been doing is I've been doing mostly two-toned bags, and so I have this thicker felt for like the base of it. I have this gray one, which is really beautiful, this thicker felt, and then I have more of like a craft felt to do some of the details, I guess. And that's just how I've been doing it, and I've been really enjoying it. This is the first time that I've been doing little stitching on the side here because it would just open up a lot. I've just been folding these straps together to make a seam, and this is how I make my straps basically. And then these are the colors that I have so far. So I have this gray color, as you saw. I have this chocolate color that I haven't used yet, and I've made a couple of bags out of this beautiful khaki green color. This past week I bought this red felt, so I'm really excited to use it for like a red bag or some little details. I have a whole bunch of craft felt right here. And then in here I use my FabFitFun box. I have some hot mini melt glue sticks, just because I glue stick some of the parts inside. And then I also have these felt markers, well, these fabric markers that I just put my initials inside the bag, and I've just been using this silver one. I have a whole bunch of other ones down here. It's not the best looking organization, but it does the trick for now. As for my sewing essentials, these are my beautiful fabric scissors. They work like a charm. I also use, where are they? Okay. I also use a lot of these. So I just use these to hold down the pieces of felt that I want to use. So as you see right here, this is how I hold down the felt. And then this is my little kit. So I've been buying just the thread that I need for the base that I use. So this is the thread for the khaki one. And then here I have the thread for the speckled gray one. I just basically go with what I need when I need it, because I don't want to go overboard, and I want to make sure that like what I'm paying for is worth what I'm charging, which at the moment, since I've only just started, I've been charging 20 bucks per bag. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'm just gonna continue the bag that I have already started, and we'll see how it goes. So if you're wondering what type of dimensions that I've been doing for my bags, the more tote version of my bag, I usually do 6 inches in width, 12 inches in height, and 12 inches in length. It was just easier for me to do 12, 12, 6, just so that the sides and the bottom are all the same dimension. So I can just cut around one of them that I specifically measured, and just cut around 2 more times. It's really hard sometimes to have the dimensions perfectly. And then my more shallow and wider bag that I do 6 inches of height, 14 inches in length, and 10 inches in width. 2 very different bags for 2 different reasons, but they're still both really great and really easy to use and whatnot. The straps that I do for the tote version of my bag, I usually do them around 22 inches in length. And the width, I really just eyeball it. I don't do any specific measurements for the width. And so I just feel like it's not too big, but not too small. So 22 inches is the way that I do it. It just looks more symmetrical this way. So now I have this sort of situation going on. So I have the two sides and the bottom, and all that's left to do is just put the two main sides. So I usually start by stitching the bottom and then going for the hard part, which is fusing the sides together after, just because the bigger the bag gets, the harder it is to maneuver it around the sewing machine. Rightio, so as you can see, I sewed all the bottom stitching together. I'm just going to crack on with like the middle part. So basically I just have a velcroed like separator in the middle that I like to put. So usually what I do is I use the same color and I cut a rectangle that is sufficient to a bag like this. And then I cut different rectangles and squares to sew on top of it to make it a little bit thicker, but also to put pockets. So it serves as a double purpose, I guess. Right when I want to film a video about this, something that has never happened to me has happened. Just my luck. Every single thing that I try to do on this channel always turns up into sort of a failure. So let me show you what's up. So as you can see here, for some reason, maybe something in the needle moved. You can see here that it just won't go in the little opening that you can see right here. So I figured out the problem. I was worried that it was the machine itself that kind of misplaced the needle, but it turns out it was just the needle. As you can see here, it's kind of slanted, but luckily this has happened to me once, so I bought a couple of extra ones. So these are the Universal Singers that I just got from Amazon. I'm just going to replace this needle and we should be back up and running. It is just a learning curve, a learning process, but I'm trying to be patient about it and I'm trying to be rational about it, and so that's what's keeping me going, and that's what's really hard about doing your own thing and trying to make money on the side, is that things like bad stuff will happen and you don't know what to do since it's your first time. So I'm slowly learning that I just have to be nice with myself. So I was wrong, not as easy as it looks. The thing to help thread the needle is jammed, so that is a machine problem and I don't know what to do, so come back to it later. So I ate an Oreo and watched an hour's worth of TikToks and I feel a little bit better. I've just been watching TikToks that whole time.
What, as I've been sitting here?
As you've been sitting here, Colton's trying to find a weekend trip for his 30th this year, which is very exciting, and it's in May, so hopefully it'll be all gone by then. We'll let you know what we do in the end, but because of what's going on right now, the flights are very inexpensive no matter what time that you go. Still think I'm on the verge of having a meltdown if I try again doing my bag.
We're gonna make you a vodka drink.
I'm gonna try again another time, but at least you got to see a little bit of what I do, and I promise I'm able to do these bags very easily. It's just that today it's not.
Example here and
there.
here.
There. But today it's just not it. It's not it. We've been productive elsewhere. What did we do today? We went for a run. We did some spring cleaning. What are we having for dinner tonight?
Veggie fried rice with tofu.
That sounds like a good idea. Hello, my lover. Hello, my friend. You have been the one. You have been the one that made me surprise. Look at this caramelized deliciousness. Did you find a movie for us?
I kind of want to watch the second episode of this Hunters thing that we were watching.
Oh. You want to say goodnight to this video?
Sweet dreams.
Good night. Hope it wasn't a fail. I'll see you guys in the next one.